Hey everyone, it's Rick Becker with End Unfair Property Tax. We're taking a look at the initiated measure to eliminate property tax in North Dakota. This is number 2 in the series, and we're going to talk about how much will it take and where will the money come from. So what I want you to do is head on over to endpropertytax.com, endpropertytax.com. We've got it right up there in the banner. And all right, that's what the website looks like. And if you don't mind, go over there and you'll take a look. Go click on the About page. On the About page, you're going to see the initiated measure. You can click on that. You can watch the documentary that we have on a gentleman who was about to lose his legacy, his business. And you come on over here, there's an infographic. We're going to grab that infographic. We're going to take a quick look at it. It has 3 questions on it. The first question is, what is the amount needed to replace property taxes? The answer is just over $1 billion. I go into the detail. There is a link right here for a legislative memorandum because I don't expect anyone to believe me. This number, the information, comes from Legislative Counsel at the Capitol. You can click on that and see it, but it's just over $1 billion per year. Next question, is there enough money to cover this? Are we really overspending that much? The answer is yes. And I will click on this. There's a link here. Just click right there. And there are 3 ways to compare it. If you compare North Dakota, the percentage of increase of spending between 2009 and 2021 per capita, the amount for every man, woman, and child, look at the change in spending compared to all of the other states averaged out, all of the other states. We are overspending compared to all of the other states by about twice as much, percentage-wise, twice as much. That's incredible. If you were to take that back and say, okay, what if we were spending the average of all of the other states instead of going crazy like drunken sailors, spending all of the revenue that comes in? What if we just increased according to the amount other states did on average? We are overspending, it says right here, $2.23 billion per year. So about $2.25 billion per year. You can also then go to the middle column. Let's compare ourselves to South Dakota. In 2009, North Dakota, South Dakota were spending about the same. There's also a link here. You can click on this document and look at the details. But what you'll find is when oil money started coming in, North Dakota increased their spending like crazy. And according to the difference, again, 2009, we were spending about the same as South Dakota. Now we're overspending compared to South Dakota by $2.7 billion per year. And then there's a third way. You don't like those 2 ways? Great. We got a third option. Let's say in 2010, just when the oil money was kind of coming in, let's say that was the perfect amount of spending. And from that point forward, let's just increase our spending according to inflation and according to population growth, right? That makes sense. Well, if you look at that, the numbers are here. I invite you to take a good close look. If we had increased from 2010 forward, according to all of the inflation we have and all of the new people that moved to North Dakota, according to that, we are overspending by about $2 billion per year. So every way you look at it, we're overspending by over $2 billion a year. So yes, we are overspending. The next question is, well, okay, where can we get the money? Do we have to cut services? We already acknowledge we don't have to raise taxes because we're overspending by twice as much money as we need to eliminate the property tax. I give you some options here, right? It's a smorgasbord. It's a smorgasbord for legislators to choose from. They can, first off, $81 million is no longer needed because $81 million is property tax credits. Well, there's no property tax, no credit. $115 million for Operation Prairie Dog. That was money that was intended to be only temporary to help out cities and counties with their infrastructure needs. I say let's make it permanent and let's apply it to the Property Tax Replacement Fund. $200 million in legacy fund earnings. It could be less, it could be more, but just pick a number. There's nothing more legacy than getting rid of property tax. This is the right thing to spend legacy fund earnings on. $200 million right there. Boom. Then you've got, what about these agency budgets? I was in the legislature for 10 years. It amazed me how much we were increasing agency budgets. What if we just cut agency budgets by 2.5%? 2.5%. Right there, $165 million per year is what we'd be saving. One-time spending projects. The legislature went crazy this last time. $540 million on one-time projects that we don't need to repeat. Easy. arguably a lot more than that. There's 540 million. You can definitely stop subsidizing so many out-of-state students for college. You could easily save over 50 million there. And then if you look down here, $750 million in pork and corporate welfare. I went through the budget, 550 some pages. And if you click on that, we'll take a very quick look here. There are different categories: corporate welfare, pork, workforce development, economic diversification, bloated government, and wasted higher education. So much money here is being wasted. I encourage you to take a look at that. We've got $26 million for a private company with drone technology. We've got $10 million for another private company that is going to build and lease out space to other private companies. It blows you away. There's $140 million giving away to private companies in the energy industry. $60 million to repay a line of credit for private industry. $95 million. The legislature formed a new nonprofit corporation to dole out $95 million to private companies. There's really got to take a look at this. There is so much. There's a lot of frightening things in here. There's stuff that will blow your mind. $19 million for self-driving tractors at NDSU, so we don't need farmers, I guess. And then, there's frightening things like $2.5 million to pay businesses to develop social and emotional outcome programs. That's a very frightening thing. I encourage you to look into that. $2 million to pay businesses to train and hire immigrants. It just goes on and on. $430 million that, despite the fact that higher education, student enrollment in our colleges decreased every year for 12 years in a row, $430 million to build more buildings on college campuses. It's phenomenal. So what it comes down to, folks, is the money is there. We don't need to raise taxes. We don't need to cut necessary services. We only need $1 billion per year. We're overspending by $2 billion per year. I've shown a veritable smorgasbord that the legislature can choose from when they go back into session to replace property tax, so that you and I don't need to unnecessarily continue to pay this tax. We will be the only state in the nation without property tax. So we're talking about the money that it's going to cost to replace. We're not even talking about the amount of money that is going to come into the state because of the economic driving force, a whirlwind, a boom that is going to happen in North Dakota.